All right, everybody out there on YouTube land. This is the first show of Jaws Diet in 2023. And just hang tight for a minute while Jennifer comes back. And we will get the get started. And we will do that. And so for those of you who are just joining us, this is the first episode of Jaws Diet here in 2023. And we will be starting in just a minute here, so please hang tight. And for Jennifer to get back here. And we encourage everybody to go to all of our social media pages and groups that we have for the Jaws Coffee Chat. And we'd like to give special thanks to Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Jay Storian of the Disability Channel, and Zach Clayton of the PAC Channel, and having our shows on there. And we have Jennifer A. Whitaker back. Jennifer, I'm going to pass it over to you to get the show started.
Yes, thank you. Welcome, everyone. We are glad you tuned in. Please be sure to share and comment where you find us. Be sure to also subscribe to our channel, like it, whatever. And now, getting started with Jaws Diet. For those of you who have not seen it yet, the Jaws Diet is a gluten-free, milk-free, like dairy-free, egg-free, and soy-free diet. It's one that I personally started because of 4 different allergens I have that cause me to have various allergic reactions like severe constipation and so forth, bloating, and a lot of other stuff. For those of you who may have IBS-C, that being IBS that is constipation related, you may try this because you may be like me where certain food ingredients irritate your IBS. And I've seen some, like my sister, where it's actually diarrhea that they react to their allergens, which on my sister is gluten and dairy only if the item is fresh. If it's cooked, then the dairy does not irritate my sister. So you may have your own twist to this diet to distinguish which specific alternation to the typical food that you get at restaurants is best fit for you. And today, I want to tell you about a healthy energy drink that is even sold at my gym that says where they do research to make sure everything that ends up on their shelves is healthy. And this one I have seen through my mom's experience more than my own. She first started drinking Celsius. They have different see this Celsius brand of energy drinks. And if you look on here, it may not be legible, but you can see it has a long list of different nutrients here and then here. However, this has different flavors, and some are not called the Arctic Vibe, some are their regular. But the Celsius brand energy drink, it claims to cause essential energy, accelerated metabolism, and burns body fat. Well, one day when I saw these energy drinks, and I decided that I would like to start getting them at Costco in the big 12, 24 large packs. That my mom bought it. She brought it home, and for some reason, she decided she wanted to try it. 2 weeks later, she told me she had lost 5 pounds, but she didn't know how. And that's when we first read the description to realize that Celsius is a fat burning energy drink. So it doesn't just give you energy, but it also burns fat. And she was explaining to me, she did not change her diet. She did not increase her exercise or do any other change besides the fact that she decided she was going to try this Celsius as her morning drink to get her day started and perk up her energy, which in her case is for work. My mom's one of those that has to get up at 4:30 a.m. on her work days, and she has to get out of the house by say 6 or 6:15 in order to get to work on time. So for those of y'all who have early mornings, you may like this, especially if you're one of those that's very health conscious and or struggling to lose body fat. I use it personally to start my day when I'm going to the gym and I'm ready to burn fat, but I don't just drink the drink. Personally, I go do a 45-minute to 2-hour workout, whether it's in a class where, let's say, we're doing water aerobics or something of that sort, or it's that I go run on a treadmill at the gym, or maybe do different weightliftings to build muscle in certain areas that are my target. Anyways, so it's kind of like when I drink the Celsius that I'm coming from two angles to burn the fat between my physical activity, the workout, and then the Celsius. And anyway, so here I am going on with my routine where I drink it before doing a workout. I saw that I lost weight. Well, my mom, on the other hand, saw she lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks, and she didn't change anything about her eating habits or her exercise or anything. And she lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks. It was, quote, unexplained. But all we know is the only change she made in that 2-week period was drinking Celsius instead of coffee in the morning to get her day going. It was still just one of these cans that's about, I think, 12 ounces. Yeah, 12 ounce, one 12-ounce can of Celsius each morning. And that's all it took for 2 weeks of no other change made to lose 5 pounds. Now, this isn't to say that this is a weight loss product, as in that should be the only reason you use it. This should be used to add to your diet because of also the fact that it's natural energy. Like on the back where I was showing you this long list of nutrients, some of the natural sources of energy are vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and it has 125% of one of those and 250% of another one. Or like biotin, another natural source of energy, and it has 1,000% of that one. However, for those of you who are health conscious and or have high blood pressure, it has 0 milligrams and 0% sodium. So it's healthy for those that may have reasons that they cannot consume sodium. It's at the same time only 10 calories for this can because it's made with stevia. It does not have any kind of sugar. There's a lot of other vitamins and minerals in this drink as well. However, for those of us like myself with epilepsy and my dad migraines, it has no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors, and no high fructose corn syrup. So it's very healthy, even in the sense that it doesn't have those 4 to 5 bad things in addition to being sugar-free, because they use stevia that's, at least as of now in 2023, stevia is considered one of the healthiest sweeteners as far as it does not spike the sugar level like in diabetics, whereas Splenda does spike it, just not as bad as real sugar. And stevia, on the other hand, doesn't spike it at all, to my best understanding, at least the latest that research shows. So it's got the healthier of a lot of different options. So it's sugar-free, stevia sweetened. It has all these vitamins. It has natural sources of energy. Yes, there's caffeine. And for those like myself who maybe have epilepsy, migraines, or some other issues where you have to be careful of how much caffeine you consume, it only has 200 milligrams per can. And that's about the same as a 16-ounce serving of coffee. Let's say if you go to Starbucks, it's the same as a dark brew or other fresh brewed coffee grande. Is it the same, that same amount of caffeine that's in the grande serving a brewed coffee at Starbucks is also in the Celsius. I know personally, I've been told with my epilepsy and brain surgery that I need to limit my intake to 16 ounces of coffee, which I researched to be 200 milligrams. So that means for days I'm working out, I can still have the Celsius. It just has to replace my coffee instead of being in addition. And there may be other conditions that some of you have that also require being very careful of how much how much caffeine you consume. But whatever is that condition, just know with Celsius, you're dealing with 200 units, 200, is it milligrams? Yes, milligrams. And in that case, it's the equivalent of a 16-ounce cup of coffee that you can exchange it for to have the same amount of energy to wake you up. Only in this case, you've got multiple vitamins and minerals, no sodium, zero cholesterol, zero sugar, plus fat burning stuff like taurine, guarana extract seed, and ginger extract, green tea leaf extract, and some others I may not necessarily know how to pronounce. But they're different natural sources of energy beyond just caffeine itself. And that's without considering the daily vitamins and minerals that we all need to take in, whether it's with the goal of losing weight or it's just maintaining personal health for those of us who are already healthy. And for some people, it may be part of the goal of getting healthy. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Kurt, are you still with us? All right, everybody. I guess I'm going on. It seems like some of our people have walked away. So I'm going to put on the screen the name of this brand. And if you are interested, then you can look for the brand at your nearest store, one in your local area. I know that HEB in Texas carries it, at least the one located near me in the Houston area, at the same time as other places that may be nationwide, like Kroger, Walmart. Walmart has very limited as far as the flavors, but they do carry Celsius. What did
No.
you just start? Oh. But other stores that also carry this product, maybe not just Kroger and Walmart that are nationwide, but possibility of certain drugstores like CVS and Walgreens. Some of these may only carry it in the fridge where it's fresh and, where it's cold and ready to drink at the time. Others, like I said, the HEB in Texas and Walmart, I know, have them in packs of 4. But if none of these are within a certain radius of where you live or where you work and would like to try a Celsius, you can always try Amazon or Walmart.com. Both of them are actually where I get mine when I'm low and it's in between my times that I have the budget to pay the big price for the Costco run. And for some of you who are more of a fan of Sam's Club, you can check to see if they have it, but I know Costco has it in the 24-pack. Anyway, so Amazon and Walmart.com are also 2 other places to get it in the 24-pack or 12-pack. So you're paying lower cost per can. If you do not have any of the other places nearby, or maybe you're just more of an Amazon or Walmart.com fan and like stuff delivered. Kurt and Emily, do you have any questions or comments?
I've seen Celsius in the store. I've never tried it, but maybe at some point. Gary, do you ever?
Have you ever read the back? Have you ever read the back to see all the nutrients in it that I was talking about?
No, but I've seen it in the store. I haven't. If I have, it's been a while since I've looked at it. Like any of the ingredients and that kind of thing. But Kurt, do you have any comments? Oh, I'm getting thanks.
Kurt, are you with us?
There we go.
I think we might be talking
Oh,
to
there
a
we go.
ghost, Kurt.
Yeah, just gotta get our
Well, you
podcast
dropped off,
engineer
Kurt.
going
That's
here,
why I
so-
didn't. I should have. I had to see whatever the screen in order to add you. So it's probably not going to be very look good on.
So, Kurt, did you hear what I was talking about?
Yeah, I heard you talking about Celsius a little bit, and you're talking about reading the label. So sounds like we're talking about I don't know if it's like warnings or like I don't want to say risk, but just kind of experiences that come with the food and so on and so forth. So it seems like there's
True,
like,
but did you have any comment based on everything I shared about the food? In this case, it's a drink. I don't know if you saw, Kurt, but here's the drink. Can you see it?
Yeah, and I heard you talking about, you know, if it's a time when you can, you know, get the higher level products. So you're saying the Celsius is at a higher price point? I mean, it's a higher price product, or are we talking about something else that you pay more for?
No, I was talking about buying them in larger quantities so you can have a lower price per unit.
Yeah.
I don't define it as a higher priced product because this can be anywhere from $2 to $2.50 for a can. It depends upon where you get it. But also it can be just over $1, like $1.50, $1.75, or even lower per can if you buy it in the 12 pack or the 24 pack. I'm sure you understand the idea of mass purchase has lower cost per unit, but it's a bigger price up front. Like 12 packs, let's say it's $20, but that really means it's $1.75 each instead of the $2.50 when you buy just one can.
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about, is that I personally get them at Costco. And when I'm between my Costco runs, I can't just put up the full $20 for the pack of 12 or 24. Then I get them on Amazon or Walmart in smaller units, so they're more in budget for that specific time. So I was saying that, you know, with different people having different budgets, those are different options of how to get them while being in some kind of pack, versus the standard is a 4-pack if you go to like Walmart or some other grocery stores. And so if you buy them in a 4-pack, you're going to pay less because it's a smaller package, but it's still going to be more per unit. You know what law of business I'm talking about? That's economic.
Yeah, economy of scale.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I was saying, so those are the different options of how people on different budgets could afford it. Did you have anything to share, Kurt?
Kurt, have you
or ask me?
Kurt, have you ever tried Celsius before? Or have you seen it in the store?
No, I haven't. It sounds like you.
Or have you seen it in the store
Like
or anything like that?
Wait, say that again?
No, I was just wondering if you had.
I
was just wondering if you had ever seen it in the store or tried it or anything like that.
I mean, I'm thinking I must have seen it. I'm not recognizing it. I guess I'd be surprised if I haven't seen it. I just think I really haven't had a discussion or seen a commercial for it or anything like that. So I think I maybe just gazed by it. But yeah, I feel like I'm more
Well,
getting an
well,
introduction to it.
I think,
So, yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I
So
think
so you
I'm
may have
maybe
even
getting a little more introduction too, even though I've seen it in the store. I just haven't really really picked one up or looked at it or looked into it or anything like that. So, but I'm learning a few things right now as well too, along with you, Greg.
yeah, because I was thinking, Kurt, I'm sure that if you're one of those that buys a cold drink when you're in the checkout line, or even like me, where you go through the line first to get a cold drink, to then after you pay and they put a sticker on it, you drink it while you're shopping for your full list, right? That somewhere in those coolers, you must have seen some kind of energy drinks. So I guess you don't even pay attention to those, or have you never noticed energy drinks in those coolers? They're usually near registers.
Oh yeah, I've seen energy drinks. We've done Advocare, and so my wife Sue actually takes on Spark as an energy drink, not displayed like you're talking about next to the checkout. But yeah, if we consider Powerade or Gatorade or those types of energy drink, which I know the sweetener.
Powerade and Gatorade are not energy drinks; they're sports drinks.
Well, I think some people take them on as though they are an energy drink. I mean, I agree with you. It's not. I mean, it's more of a replenishing and rehydrating drink, but
yeah, it's supposed to hydrate and replenish you after a workout. That's why they're called sports drinks. Those aren't called energy drinks.
I mean, so it's a different
yeah, I know they're
definition.
not. I mean, more like
Slightly different definition of a energy drink, like energy in a different. I don't know.
Well, I'm just telling y'all what they're officially referenced as. Like when a doctor tells you need to drink more sports drinks, they're talking about Gatorade and Powerade. When they tell you just to make sure you don't drink too many energy drinks, they're not talking about Gatorade and Powerade. They're talking about stuff like Celsius. So I'm just talking about like how doctors reference different foods and drinks. What were you sharing, Kurt?
Yeah, I know that, Monster and, some of the drinks like that are, well, and Celsius for sure, but yeah, we do see the energy drinks out in the marketplace for whatever reason up here in Milwaukee. And just and it's not like I'm out there shopping a lot. My wife and daughter tend to go out there and take care of the shopping for the most part for our families. So, I'm not out there a ton.
Secret.
What's that?
So that's your secret. You don't know because you're not the one that goes to the store.
I think.
Well, I do go to the store, but it might be, like 8, 9, 10 times a year versus, frequenting like most people have to do to, keep with everything that they need. So yeah, I'm out there. I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's not like you're going every single day or every week. Like, well, I mean, yes, Sue and Alana are probably, but you're not always going with them. But I mean, I think Celsius has been around a while. So
it has.
I don't think Kurt, I don't think. Kurt, I don't think you've.
It's been around long enough.
I think it's been around long enough. I don't think you're in. I mean, unless if correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you're in a bubble where you haven't been to a store or haven't seen it. I would think, but that could be just me, especially with being in the Milwaukee area. But that could be just me. but
Look at his face, Emily, with what you said.
I know I say that in face a lot.
Are you calling him sheltered?
No, I am not. And I was not trying to imply that. I was just trying to sort of going off of his comment about maybe not being at the stores.
Well, but he's
Whatever. I
working at
think
gas
much as like
stations. He's
being
doing
a lot
travel.
or anything like that. But I'm not saying he's sheltered or anything like that.
Well, I was going to say, Kurt, I'm sure you've been to gas stations like Buc-ee's and others when you're traveling, because I know how you travel a lot to different ski stuff and other events. So have you not seen it at any of those gas stations either?
Like I say, I mean, I agree. I'm sure I've seen it. I think it's just a product that, like, this conversation is, you know, the most I've been introduced to it or whatever. So I think I probably gazed over it and just, there was no reticular activation to, like, you know, really clue into it or have any interest to it. So it's probably just there in the product line, and I probably just ignored it. Because yeah, I mean, seeing the product today, I don't really have that feeling of familiarity,
Yeah,
you know, with the product. But you know, like I say, it's probably out there in my midst, but I missed it. You know, is kind of the feeling I have with it.
Sounds like Kurt isn't really one of those people who are really into energy drinks and are drinking energy drinks on a regular basis. Right, Kurt?
What
I mean, I would
about
try it. I don't know
Emily?
if
Would you try it?
I'd be open to at least trying it. I don't know if I would just have it on like a regular basis or anything like that, but at least try it though.
I was going to say it would at least be on your early days. You know how some work days you have to start earlier than whatever your normal is. Like at least on those days, that might help get you going, or you know, because your body and brain are not used to being up at certain times. Where you know whatever's your normal on those days, you have to get up earlier than that. It might be harder to get yourself going. So those would be really good days to use it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I'm
trying it. And
I'm not saying that I would never try it. I'll always try it, but as far as I'm not sure that it. Not sure.
Yeah, but remember
at the
we were
moment
just talking
without
about
trying.
like
I'm not sure if it would be even with that. I'm sure that it'd be a regular thing I'd be drinking. But
no, I was just saying like that'd be a great time to try it. You know. Because you know how we're talking about, like, the three of us are talking about how, as I introduce new products, that you try them and then later on give your opinion.
Yeah.
So have you tried any of the others that we've done?
I just realized this morning that I haven't, but I will. So.
Okay.
I guess that's all I can say on that at the moment. You know, it's I know it's only been what, like 3 things or something at the moment, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying
because we had initially.
It's not that I want to try the things. It's just that the things you've brought up aren't in my a part of my like regular diet or routine or things like get that kind of thing. So it's just
right, you're saying, in other words, you haven't even bought it.
So it's just a matter of sort of getting the habit or You're either whether you're remembering or you didn't have it like buying, remembering to uh when I say like buy it to try.
Well, I will admit, and this is to both of y'all as well as to the general public listening, is that stuff that's allergen free, like what we talk about on this show, generally are more expensive than stuff that has allergens. But for those of us that have food allergies, it's not an option whether we pay the high or low price. It's a matter of finding the best deal that's also healthy to take care of ourselves and to have overall health, while in part of taking care of ourselves meaning to buy the stuff that's free of our allergens so we don't have our reactions. But, you know, as I said, they're generally expensive compared to stuff that has allergens.
Yeah, depending on what it is, yeah.
Well, I mean, like something that's free of all 4 allergens that we talk about on here, gluten, soy, milk, and egg, is going to cost a lot more. Like, let's say a chocolate bar. Okay, think of how cheap a Hershey's bar is. Well, but that has at least milk and soy in it. So try to get so that could be $1 something, or maybe even $2 for one bar. One of those king size ones, versus get one that's allergen free, and you'd be paying at least $4 for that bar, even if it's the same size, just because it's allergen free. And it's more expensive to make using alternative stuff, like let's say almond milk to make the chocolate bar in place of dairy milk.
I think it's like that.
So that's why I say generally, for those of us who have the allergies, or maybe other reasons, avoid them, such as possibly sensitivities or diet preference, that we pay higher prices in order to fit that requirement. But for many of us, it's not an option. You know what I mean? We have to do it because that's what our system needs, and there's certain things we just can't have.
The case with like the whole organic stuff too. If something is organic versus like not organic, it might be a little bit higher if it's organic, but that could be just me.
Yes, it will be, but organic is something that people are health conscious about by choice. But that's not something where somebody actually has to.
You know, I know it's
eat
not
organic
like,
food.
Somebody with a food allergy that can't have the whatever allergen in it to begin with. I was just kind of thinking of the cost kind of thing, like with you saying that the stuff without allergens would be a little bit higher. And so I'm just saying with the organic stuff, that's kind of the same, sort of in the same realm.
Right. Yeah, it's the same realm as far as being a more expensive version of the same thing. Only with allergens, it's not a choice, and it's in some cases they have people with food allergies have what they call anaphylaxis, and that means their allergic reaction is to stop breathing. So it's actually deadly. To eat their allergens, and so that's why I say yes. It's a higher price for the same thing, like that equivalent. That's your point. But unlike organic, it's not an option. So from one perspective, that is a good way to look at it. And from another, it's like, well, but it wasn't by choice, and it's not even a choice. So point being that to eat stuff that we talk about on this show, it's going to cost a higher price for the same thing than it would be for something that had all of our allergens. So I'm just warning listeners So when I say it's a good deal or a low price, it's relative. It's in perspective to other options that are free of our allergens.
Mhm. Gary, do you have any comments on that? Or
Well, again, when we talk about allergies, there's another side of this, because the diet we're talking about does a couple things. Jen, you talked about food source and the B vitamins and everything else on the nutritional facts of the product. That's very important. So yeah, that side of the diet, is very important, that when you have allergies and you're avoiding allergens that stimulate the allergic response, and so you're avoiding that set of food or those particular foods, you got to look at, how are you managing that your body is getting what it needs, and the vitamins and the minerals and stuff like that is very important. So to look at what fruits and vegetables and the garden, what that gives to us is very important to work the other side of having allergies, which is to look at, it's a challenge for your immune system. So how are you serving your immune system so that you can serve your immune system so that in the long run, you're kind of improving your situation that you have allergies. Because if you don't monitor that, and if you don't meter it and keep track of it and attend to it, your allergy situation will compound and get worse, and you'll develop other food allergies, if you don't manage this and take responsibility for it and make it work in terms of what you are consuming so that your body
Think
gets
about
what it
this.
needs.
You notice that I say it contain that these different foods I mentioned, like when we did the last one that was about the all-in-one shake, that it had all of the nutrients and vitamins A to zinc. That included stuff like vitamin C and zinc that are for the immune system. Like this one, the Celsius we're talking about, one can has 67% of your daily need of vitamin C. So that's part reason that I'm talking about these certain things and how healthy they are, is because they do have those things, the different vitamins and minerals to support the immune system, in addition to the other nutrients I've mentioned. That in this case, the main source of the point of this drink is energy. So I mentioned that it had multiple vitamins and minerals, and yes, vitamin C is one of them, and that's the 67%. But others I mentioned, like that Vega all-in-one mix, that had both vitamin C and zinc among the other vitamin A to zinc nutrients that I mentioned. So all these I'm talking about are healthy, and that does include there being nutrients for the immune system. And that's why I'm saying about how healthy this diet is because it covers those and not just simply eliminates the allergens, but it has the nutrients we need. In this diet, as I've probably mentioned, it works for me. And whenever I go to the doctor, my levels always are good. He'll do a annual checkup where it's 3 or 4 pages long of results of these different levels he finds in blood work he does every year, and they all come back healthy. And mine that I have to watch out for are the bad things that I don't have enough of, like low sugar and low sodium levels. I don't have enough sugar and sodium in my diet. But those are the bad things that most people, on the other hand, eat too much of, even without intent to eat too much. So my diet is very healthy, and that's how healthy. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, talking about the immune system. If my diet was not as healthy as I claim, with like I named this and the others having vitamin C and zinc, okay? Then how is it that Tuesday I caught COVID from my stepmom because we were opening presents on Tuesday instead of Sunday, because that's when my older sister and her family were able to get down here, okay? So we were opening presents and Marjorie was already sick. She sat next to me in the big circle of the whole family gathered in one big room to open presents and watch each other open. I caught it, and the next day is when I actually, so when I first caught it, I got the sniffles, congestion, and I was constantly blowing my nose and taking decongestants. Well, then the next day I was so fatigued that I got dressed, but then after that I just slept the rest of the day. Well, that rest of the day came about 12 o'clock, and my mom came upstairs here to my area, found me asleep in one of my recliners, and she said, "Come on, I'm going to take you to the urgent care." She said, "Because clearly you're sick. You got something going on. Because this is not like you to, instead of going to the gym, to get dressed and then sleep the day by." So she took me, and they gave me an antibiotic as well as some kind of liquid medicine for congestion that was supposed to help make my nose run, to get all the pressure and the congestion of where all of it was in my head, causing a really bad headache, to loosen, and to basically I'd have to blow my nose so many times to get that whole congestion out. Well, that was Wednesday. So I picked up the medicine immediately after. So by 2 or 3 o'clock, I had already taken the medicine on Tuesday. On Wednesday. That was 3 days after Christmas. And then Thursday, the rest of Wednesday and Thursday, I spent in bed, but I got up to take each dose of medicine. And other than that, I would just eat, drink a little bit, and go back to sleep for the entire day. I did nothing with my day other than sleep. By Friday, so that's 2 days after starting the medicine, I was ready to get back to work, start writing, and everything else. So I was actually only showing the symptoms and actually suffering for a day and a half. And why? The doctor explained it's because of how healthy I am on my levels, and I don't have the different issues that cause high risk of weight problems, diabetes, weak immune system, all this. I don't have any of that. I've got a healthy weight. I don't have diabetes. I have a healthy diet, so my body has a strong immune system. I admit I had the vaccine and I still came back down with COVID, but it only messed up a day and a half of me not being able to function as far as doing whatever I want around the house. Now, yes, I'm still testing positive, so I'm still having to stay at home. But even today, y'all probably wouldn't have even known I was sick. So that's how healthy the diet is, that I can tackle even COVID, as bad as it is, in a day and a half. Does that give you the clarity? Kurt?
Yeah, I feel this is where the fine print comes out and the disclaimers are out there that, you know, we need to caution our audiences to, you know, to not try to compare yourself to Jennifer here, you know, that she's in the superhuman category. So if you're not fighting, you know, COVID as fast as Jen, you know, these are not typical results, you know.
No, but that goes to your claim about, my point was here you're saying about we need to look at that people are getting the different nutrients for a healthy immune system. Remember, that was your claim. So I'm saying my diet is healthy enough that that's why I am able to overcome it that way. You see what I'm saying? That's how I know that this diet works. No, we don't want to guarantee anybody anything. And if they follow our diet as we advise, it doesn't mean necessarily they'll have a strong immune system like I do, because part of it has to do with age and different conditions like diabetes and stuff like that. But that the diet does involve taking in all of those nutrients that you were saying that we need to make sure we get from fresh fruit and stuff. Well, fresh fruit is not the only place to get them. It may be the natural way versus processed way, but it's not the only way to get vitamin C, zinc, and all the other immune nutrients. You see what I'm saying? That's where I was going with this, is that here my system is strong because my diet does involve eating that stuff too. So are we good, Kurt? Now you understand?
Yeah, I'm just saying we're discussing the diet and what's all involved with it and so forth. So Emily, with the diet that Jennifer is describing, how does our audience see this in typed out format? If they want to follow it like a recipe, or if they want to read about it, Emily, where do they read about this diet?
I think he's talking about the recordings you're supposed to be doing.
Well, I don't know if it's just that. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kurt. Yes, there is the live streaming of all of the shows onto our social media, the Jaws Coffee Chat social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on. So if anybody wants to rewatch or listen to that. Otherwise, as far as as far
What
as
about the transcribing
far-
of the diet and getting it over to John to put on our
That's-
website?
that's
Are these
where I
being
was just going
transcribed?
with this. If,
Okay, hit it off.
So there is the videos on our that are being live streamed out to our social media pages. There is also a Zoom recording for anybody who would like the Zoom recording. We can get that to them, as well as the closed caption, live transcription is going to be saved. And so if anybody's looking for that, I'm also looking to have it saved and put the link to it, connect the link to the closed caption. And with,
Now
and
the
with,
transcribed are supposed to.
yeah, with the live stream, like in the comments, like putting the link to the comments, so if anybody is more looking just to read, then they could go to that link as well.
Now, is the transcription also being sent to John to
Yes,
put on the website?
it'll be sent to him too. So I'm
Okay, and listeners, if you want to go to our website to read the transcription of all of our discussions on each podcast, including Jaws Diet, you can go to the newsletter page, and that starts by here. I'm going to put up our website, and for anybody who goes to this website, here it is, Jenns, JENNS, booksandmore.com. If you go there and you surf the menus and get to the newsletter page, that's where you will find the transcription that John posts on our website of each podcast and or video, whichever way you find it on our website, whether it's a podcast or video, that there's the post with both the transcription of everything we say and the recording. That's where John is putting it.
Yeah, so for those of you who go to the website, you can see it there. Otherwise, it should also be on the in like the comment section of the live streaming as well, or somewhere connected with the live streaming. So those are two places outside of. So those are two places you can be able to find it outside of connecting either with me, Kurt, or Jennifer, and yes, asking for it that way.
Okay, how about you announce the emails where they can reach us? What's your email, Emily, and what is Kurt's, for if somebody wants the transcription of this video or any other ones we make?
I think are we still kind of working on the email? I think the best.
Just go ahead and announce your Gmail and which the best one to reach you, if it's your Gmail or which one, and Kurt's, and because we're still dealing with issues with trying to set up the company ones.
For our audience out there, for the time being, the best. No, here, Kurt.
Or no, just give them give them the jaw.
The best one to get a hold of us is jawscoffeechat@gmail.com.
Exactly, and that's where they can reach
Yes.
anybody on the team.
So if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, requests for recordings, live streaming, anything connected with Jaw's Coffee Chat and any of the 3 shows, that would be the best way to get a hold of us, is connecting us through that email.
All right, Emily, so are we ready for the next part?
Does anybody have any announcements or any announcements or events or anything that they want to bring up to let our audience know about?
I do, but Kurt, would you like to announce yours first?
Well, just in terms of other shows, kind of as an aside that Emily and I are working on, we have a new show coming out this evening that is Monday Mission, and it's by Project Die-Hard. Project Die-Hard is a veteran service organization serving the issue of veteran suicide and sharing and spreading hope for veterans. And so we're going to be in that show this evening at 6:30 Central. And so that's an announcement. And a lot of this stuff that we're doing was connected through the Happy Neighborhood Project, which is coming out of break from 2 weeks of holiday break. And so we're very excited for events starting up again for Happy Neighborhood Project, and that can be found at happyneighborhoodproject.com. All right, Emily, back to you.
Kurt brought up the Happy Neighborhood Project. The Happy Neighborhood Project.
For the Happy Neighborhood Project, are you talking about the International Day of Happiness?
The Happy Neighborhood Project started by Edwin Edeberry and is a business networking group. And Happy Neighborhood Project has two kind of big events a year. And the first one is coming up in a couple months on March 17th, which is known as St. Patrick's Day. It is the International Day of Happiness. And the official date of the International Day of Happiness is actually the March 20th, but the Happy Neighborhood Project's event is the Friday before that, which is St. Patrick's Day. And it will run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific or noon to 6 p.m. Eastern. There will be speakers, networking, prizes, vendors, and so on. So I encourage everybody to attend if they are able to. And tickets, right? There are tickets that are now that are now $30 for now through the end of the month. Starting in February, the tickets will go up to $40. So I would encourage everybody to, if you or somebody you know is planning on attending, to get tickets ASAP. The one thing that makes this the International Day of Happiness 2023 kind of special this year is that we are looking to break the Guinness Book of World Records of having the most people speed networking at one time. The current record is 1,068. That was set in 2014 by Belgium. And so we're looking to get a lot more than 1,068. So I need everybody to invite all your friends, family, all your contacts to attend the event and get in on the speed networking. And I think that's about all I have to say at the moment for that.
I have a question. So the International Day of Happiness happens in March and October of every year, right?
yes, but the International Day of Happiness is the one in March, and the October one is the Global Happiness Summit.
Okay. And for those who may not be able to make it on St. Patrick's Day to the International Day of Happiness, do we know when the date for the October one will be made? Like when it'll be announced and when we'll find out?
I don't think we have an official date yet, but it's and
Is it usually after March?
I don't think we have an official date yet, but it's usually in early October, the first or second Friday, I believe. Right, Kurt?
But how soon do we usually find out? Do we usually know before March
If
about
it's
the
not,
October
if
one,
it's
or
not
when?
before March, it probably should be shortly after the March event. The planning for the October,
Okay, so
planning for
everybody
the October
listening,
one, for sure. Get started shortly after the March event if it or hasn't already. So that we'll find out the date and everything else probably sometime after the International Day of Happiness. So for everybody listening to stay tuned for more information on that as we get closer. On both events, the one in March and the one in October.
right? I was just trying to give listeners an idea of when we'll know about the October one. What'd you call it? The World Summit,
Global Happiness Summit.
Global Happiness Summit in October each year. And if you cannot make the March International Day of Happiness, then listen in April or June, possibly July. We'll find out about the
Global.
the Global Happiness Summit. And that's when we'll be able to start announcing it to you. Okay, any more announcements from either one of you?
I think so at the moment. Kurt, do you have anything? I'm not thinking of anything else at the moment. But other than
No, I'm just
other than we encourage everybody to,
I have
okay, I just want
announcements
to
when
say
you are
one quick
done.
thing. I encourage everybody to check out our other shows that we have in the World of Ability Podcast Network. Since we have this one, and then we have a few others like World of Women, Ability MK Now, World of Ability, that kind of thing. So encourage everybody to check out those too. But
Okay, what is the Linktree link I can share on the screen that is where they can find that? Where they can find all of the it's Kurt's Linktree. What's your Linktree, Kurt?
so it's the linktr.ee / all the number 4 and abilities. Let me.
And we also have a for my card link that Emily, I think the for my card link is in the Linktree, right?
I think it's in there, but I will check once we're done here to make sure it's there. And put it in there if it's not. Yes, ma'am.
Does this look like the right link that I put on the screen? Okay. So everybody listening, this link, that's linktr.ee / all the number 4 abilities is where you can find all all podcasts that Kurt Roscoff and Emily Goldmer are a part of. That includes other shows by myself, Jennifer A. Whitaker, that's all considered the Jaws Coffee Chat podcast show. Different shows, but one channel called Jaws Coffee Chat. And you'll find all of ours as well as ways you can get involved in our podcast as a guest speaker, co-host, or other ways. In addition to, you will find other podcasts that Emily and Kurt take part in that other people own and lead, with Kurt and Emily as two teammates and supporting people in these multiple other podcasts as well as their own. That's where you will find me, which is Kurt's called World of Ability podcast, and that's where I co-host every 3 Wednesdays. Or this year it will be about once a month, but there will be 1 month where I'm there twice, but it will be on Wednesdays. Those certain Wednesdays, and I usually lead every 3 Wednesdays, but everybody, the reason that this semester, which is the spring semester of 2023, that it's going to be a little bit more scattered to be approximately once a month, is because of surgery and hospitalizations related to the surgery and so forth that I'm going through for my epilepsy. As some of you know, because of my lobectomy brain surgery and other things I talk about on both Jaws Coffee Chat shows as well as on World of Ability. That said, please go to Kurt's link, tr.ee/all4abilities, and find other places to find or join us on podcasts, whether it's Kurt and Emily's World of Ability or it's mine called Jaws Coffee Chat, or it's among others that I do not know that they all take part in by, is it Zeta and who else that y'all work with that have podcasts on this link?
We had
Or maybe could you say how many are on there?
Trojan and the Blue Collar Crypto, Patty Ernest and the World of Ability, Brian Gibson and the Monday Mission, Zeta and the World of Ability, or World of Women. Oh, jeez, keep all my worlds a little goofy here. World of Women. Then there's the Ability MK Now and the World of Ability, as well as this Jaws Coffee Chat, Diet and Mental Health Awareness, and Christ Talk. Be able to find all of them on there among the many other things Kurt and I are a part of. So encourage everybody to check that out and join us wherever and whenever your schedule allows.
And if you want to join on any podcasts using this link, you are not limited. You can join as many, however often you want, as guest speakers. And I can say, at least for mine, if you end up wanting to be on our podcast frequently, we would consider you for a co-host and be able to start many more shows on Jaws Coffee Chat. Does this apply to World of Ability or any others, Kurt?
You're asking if it applies to World of Ability or any others for...
Right, where I'm saying that anybody who wants to join as a guest speaker regularly could be considered as for a position as a co-host, would that apply? I'm saying that's welcomed on mine, the Jaws Coffee Chat, various shows. Is there such opportunity on World of Ability or any others you know of?
Oh yeah, definitely. For the Monday Mission and World of Ability, Ability MK now, yeah, in our series, yeah, if people want to, be a panelist or be a co-host, co-producer, yeah, if people want to play a role in providing the show and fulfilling the content of the show and the experience, absolutely, we are looking to grow our team for sure.
There you go, everybody. Now to my announcements. So if you want to be considered as a co-host or other participant in helping produce with the World of Ability, then you also go to linktr.ee/all 4 abilities. But if you would like to be considered for any position related to Jaws Coffee Chat, which I'm about to tell you multiple positions that we have open and are looking to hire and fill, then you can go to Calendly, CALENDLY.com/Jen's Books and More. And that's calendly.com/JENNS Books and More. And that's for a co-host, co-producer, anything of that nature to help produce more podcasts. Or it's for people that are interested in positions we're trying to fill, such as one is a social media manager that we're trying to find to be in charge of our 4 social medias /5 if you include YouTube, and a virtual assistant to help with scheduling, writing content, recording, hosting the show, maybe even possibly a virtual assistant that can help with press releases and social media, possibly with blog writing and many other aspects of the marketing side, in addition to like an assistant as far as scheduling and so forth for different people to meet with myself, Jennifer A. Whitaker, aka Jaw, for different involvements in Jaw's Coffee Chat. And if you're one of those in public relations, you want to do the press release and or some other stuff, but not necessarily either of the 2 roles or 3 roles we've named, then you can still please join us by getting on the calendar at calendly.com/JENNS Books and More. So whichever position you're interested in, virtual assistant, social media manager, public relations /press release, writing /marketing, like on social media, blogs, so forth, press releases, etc. Whatever aspect you're interested in, co-hosting, anything, please go to my Calendly and join us to be considered for the role, but be sure to be prepared with a plan of which position and or combination of positions you'd like to be considered to fill. Everybody on our team is compensated through a percentage of the profits. We all have some portion of the profit, like we're all a bunch of business owners working together instead of certain people having guaranteed salaries. But we all act as entrepreneurs, as one team, splitting profits. That's how we compensate one another. So if this sounds interesting to you, we want to hear from you and see you on my Calendly to meet with me. And Emily, back to you.
I would like to thank everybody for who's joined us on here today, as well as tuning in. Our next Jaws diet will be next Monday, January 9th, I believe.
We need to revisit that. There's a possibility that I will be in the hospital for my EEG. You remember my text,
Oh, yeah,
Emily?
yeah. So for sure,
So the Jaws diet, I know y'all can't do without me, so we're not sure if that certain
January
date.
9th.
Could you repeat what's the date next week?
But if we don't, if it ends up not happening, Jaws diet ends up
Okay,
not
we're not
happening
sure if
next
the
week,
January
then it
9th.
will be January 16th would be the next one.
Okay, everybody. So Jaws diet, we're not sure about if we'll be on air on January 9th, 2023, but for sure we will see you again on, you said it's the 16th? On January 16th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Central on YouTube, social media, and wherever else you found us. However, please be sure to subscribe.
So Jennifer said to encourage everybody to go to our social media, and subscribe, like, interact, that kind of thing. I would like to wish everybody a good and productive first week of the new year. And so with that, everybody stay happy and stay healthy.